Hey everyone, welcome to Prosperous Life Finance, where I help educate you in becoming a better trader and investor. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Pershing Square Taunting Holdings. But before we start, I would love to thank each and every one of you for all the support which I have been receiving, and we are now on the road to 400 subscribers. I would love for all of you guys to join the Prosperous Life family, and all you gotta do is simply give this video a like and also subscribe. I want to create the largest community of traders and investors where we all help each other in order to grow and expand within our investing and trading journey. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we see here how Bill Ackman's blank check company, Pershing Square Taunting Holdings, actually started trading last week on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker Psth. So starting off, let's go ahead and see what a blank check company is. So a blank check company is also known as a Spac, which is a special purpose acquisition company. And as we can see here, a Spac is a company with no commercial operations that is formed strictly to raise capital through an initial public offering, which is also known as an IPO, for the sole purpose of acquiring an existing company. As we can see here, these have been around for decades and have received lots of traction and popularity throughout the past few years. So as we can see here, a Spac is formed to raise money through an IPO in order to buy another company. Now what this does is actually help the private company go public through a more easier route as opposed through a traditional initial public offering. Investors in SPACs can range from well-known private equity funds to the general public. So this new special purpose acquisition company actually belongs to the hedge fund billionaire Bill Ackman, and as we can see, it is the biggest blank check IPO ever after an initial public offering which raised $4 billion. Starting off, the special purpose acquisition company, which was sponsored by Ackman's Pershing Square investment firm, offered 200 million units at $20 each. And as you can see here, the Pershing Square Taunting Holdings is expected to hunt for a quote-unquote mature unicorn, which means a firm with big scale and market share. Looking at more information, we see how they say that while comparably sized or larger investment funds generally seek to acquire controlling or 100% interest in diversified portfolios of companies, Pershing Square Taunting Holdings intends to merge with one private company, a statement said. Each unit consisted of one share of common stock and 1/9 of a redeemable warrant, which is exercisable at 23. Alongside that, the funds tied to Ackman's firm have committed to invest up to $3 billion more to the newly organized blank check company. And with the $4 billion in IPO proceeds, the $7 billion in total value also makes the Pershing Square Taunting Holdings the largest special purpose acquisition company on record. So while we all don't know the exact company which they plan to actually merge with, we actually do have a model which they follow. So as you can see here, Pershing Square Taunting will actually primarily target high quality IPO candidates with a proven track record of growth and free cash flow, formidable barrier to entries, a capital light model, as well as other factors which include a strong balance sheet. And looking here on this website, some can include companies such as Stripe, Airbnb, SpaceX, or Palantir. So I do think this is exciting because as of recently, there are a number of special purpose acquisition companies which have actually had lots of successful mergers and acquisitions. And once again, for all of the early investors that got in, there was a great significant return. Now, one thing to always know is that there is always risk involved in every investment and trade you make. So I always urge all of my viewers to create their own due diligence and research before placing their money in any stock or investment. So just some quick background about Bill Ackman. As we can see here, he is an American investor and a hedge fund manager. He is the founder and a CEO of Pershing Square Capital Management, which is a hedge fund management company. Let's actually take a look at some of Bill Ackman's past investments and see all of the positive and negative ones he's had throughout his career. As we can see, one of his big investments included the Municipal Bond Insurance Association, which was actually one of his biggest successes before he founded Pershing. Another great investment he also made was with the Wendy's company. Alongside that, he had a great investment with General Growth Properties, which actually netted the hedge fund a whopping $1.6 billion in return on a $60 million investment. And alongside that, another great investment he is known for is the Canadian Pacific Railway, in which after acquiring 14.2% stake in the company, he was able to sell part of the stake, which was valued at approximately $1.45 billion. Alongside every great investor, there are obviously going to be some investments which do not always go your way. And as we can see here, one of the most notable misses he has had is taking a loss of more than $3 billion with a company called Valiant Pharmaceuticals. Alongside here, another notable loss he is known for is for actually shorting Herbalife Limited. As you can see here, he entered into a short position worth $1 billion in the year 2012 and actually lost lots of money on this. So one thing to know is that Bill Ackman himself is a very, very great investor and hedge fund manager and has had lots of success throughout his career. Now, even though he has had some downfalls, I do think that all of his positives actually outweigh the negatives. Going up here, we see how the blank check company actually went up over 9% on its trading debut. And what this shows is actually confidence behind the man of this special purpose acquisition company. So as you see here, this special purpose acquisition company is actually listed on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol PSTHU. So I would urge you guys to check that it is first available on your brokerage firm. It should be available throughout most brokerages, but there are a few which I believe do not have it yet, which include Robinhood. So here on the screen, we're looking at the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim trading platform, which is my platform of choice. As you can see here, when the stock opened at $20, it did have a surge of 9% within the first day. Now this stock is very new, so there is not too much information we can get just yet, but we see how the lowest price as of now was $20.76 and the highest was $22.22. We're currently looking at a 10-day chart. As you can see, it's in a slight consolidation, just kind of going back and forth as of now. Personally, this is one stock which I'm going to have a very close look at in order to initiate a position once I personally see more information come out of this stock. Whether you are a long-term investor or a short-term trader, always stick to your original game plan and always have proper risk management. So with that being said, once again, with the 9% increase within the first day of trading, that actually does tell a lot about this stock, as many investors are actually very bullish due to the fact that Bill Ackman is behind this special purpose acquisition company. Now, I do personally think that he does have very great potential in order to give all of their investors a very great return over a long period of time. So once again, this was a look at Pershing Square Taunting Holdings. So now I want to go ahead and ask you guys, what do you guys think about this SPAC? Do you think that Bill Ackman will actually go big on this one and actually have a great return to all of investors? I would like to know your own personal opinion of this SPAC down in the comments below. I personally do think that this SPAC actually does have lots of potential, since Bill Ackman is actually known for actually going big on lots of his investments. Once again, with every investment there is always risk, but I do think that it's such a great entry point at around $21 per stock as of right now. I do believe that this has a possibility to actually return a larger amount within the near future. So if you guys received some valuable information in this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Once again, I would love for all of you guys to join the Prosperous Life family, where we are all a community that help each other grow as investors and traders. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.